Bend and Break is a really personal movie for me. Obviously, it's the first time I've ever made a feature film. Made a lot of short films. It's the first time I'd done everything I had done. I had taken everything I had done in short films and used it to make a feature film. You can see all the cast members are the same people that showed up in my short films or anything you watch on YouTube. I think the entire cast of Horror Friends, with the exception of OJ, is the cast for Bend and Break. Plus, you know, some new people like Sonia and Cindy and Alice and Antoine and Phil have always helped me out with some short films in film school, and that was the first time that both of them had acted really in anything that I had done. But it's just a movie that I always call it when kind of like a time capsule of what all my friends and just kind of the stuff we were going through, the dialogue, the conversations we had, the experiences we had in relationships, and it's funny too. I mean, sometimes it sounds like we're talking really seriously about it. It's a comedy, but it's funny because I think the funniest things to me are things that are true to life that people watch and go, haha, I got a friend that talks like that, or oh, I've had that conversation before, or I know what that's like, or that kind of thing. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is almost trivial. And it's not trivial, nothing's trivial really in the movie, but it's when the guys were Blake, Andrew and Tim are hanging out playing cards, and they're playing crazy eights, and they don't know the rules, and they're just bored and frustrated, and it's just kind of the kind of things that my friends and I had experienced, you know, being just not knowing what to do in your early 20s, just hanging out on a Friday night with nothing to do, not knowing any real grown-up card games. They're playing poker. None of them like to play any board games. It's kind of like the default, like, well, we're just gonna play crazy eights tonight. And I don't know, I just thought the dialogue was really funny, and a lot of the I mean, I had written the scene, but then that was one of the first times that when we were shooting, I was off camera and I was not in part of the ensemble of that scene, and I was watching it take place and seeing kind of how the interaction was happening between the cast from the outside, and just thinking it was really funny. And we actually had to keep cutting the shots because I was laughing off camera.